I am up. Good going, buddy. Oh god, what the hell was that? I just had the most beautiful drink. Uplifting, rejuvenating. Ah, I can say that. Really? Because you feel even worse this morning than you did last night. What the hell's going on with me? I mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think. It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think. Why is it happening? No, that's not it, really. I feel super good. Not really true. Your heart feel has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. You're too weak to say no now. Waking up, oh. Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline. No, I can take it. I'm not gonna go looking for speed. Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically a week, let's be honest. 2 weeks, maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the time we'll be dead by then. You'll be fired. I can do this without the speed. Half the time won't be dead. Suit yourself, slow and shell man. See how you do without your spark. Alright. I got like what? 5 hours of sleep. Close that puppy up. Trying to get $7 more. Is Kim down here? If we go talk to Measurehead now. Try to get him to take down the body and stuff. Oh. What the hell? Place is open now. Kim, you want to talk to me? Everything's brand new in this day too. Good morning.
Morning.
Gives you a quick nod. Looks like we can get back to work. The union must have turned up. He points to the mess hall doors. They look rowdy. We should talk to them. And these are the men Garte told us about yesterday? I completely forgot. He looks up and no. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them. By the looks of it, loud and nasty, just like the manager said. He crosses out everything. One loose thread less to worry about and one big problem to replace it in. Alright, let's roll. One more thing before we do. He glances at the booth again. We don't have to talk to them immediately. And walk right past them and continue with our business. Yeah, streetwise, zoom right past, do it on your own terms. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder? They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I'll leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me. Morning, love.
Just a moment.
Oh. And the old woman turns back to the cafeteria manager. She's agitated, judging from the way she's kept pulling on the fray edge of her blanket.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, Mum.
It's fine. I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
Good day, ma'am. Everything alright?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
What's wrong with the phone
The
line?
manager was vague about it.
Rounds. Why would he be vague about phone problem? This is something to look into later. Ask Garrett maybe. Why do you need to use the phone
To
anyways?
let the young woman who is house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and Gary were supposed to be back on Monday night, but they're still missing and I haven't heard from them.
Huh.
I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
Okay. Has your husband gone missing
That's
before?
just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully. But you have more important things to worry about.
What is the expedition? Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist, and he and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just down the coast across the water's lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday, she says. What could be keeping them? Oh yeah, it's broken, yeah. The water lock, that was broken. Could this be it? Yeah. Wait, who's this Gary person? Do you trust him? Well, he says scientist, his assistant, so I'm assuming, yeah, I don't want to bother that. Oh my, what happened to the water lock? Yeah, the water lock to the other side of the coast is broken. He probably just stuck over there. Probably some technical problem? Well, whatever the case, I'm thankful. She turns to Kim, to both of you. Spare me another sleepless night. You're welcome, ma'am. She turns back to you. I hate to ask you, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye for my husband. Sure. To surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insight. Yes, some left-field scientist research is exactly what you need right now. Funk up that vanilla murder investigation. And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the whirling. He gets a tingle up in his work that he may not know the waterlock's been repaired. May not know the waterlock's been repaired and it's cold out there. If I see him, I'll let him know you're here. Oh, there, thank you. So, some kind of scientist? Oh, yes, she says. A zoologist, a cryptozoologist to be precise. The pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts. Wait, what? And urban legends. The lieutenant sounds unimpressed. That's one opinion, yes, and people are entitled to their own opinions. She used to playing off such insult casually, but they still affect her. Oh. My apologies, man. Did not mean to undermine your hobby. Yikes. It's not a hobby to yep. Well, it's a subfield of zoology. One specializes in animal species that are so extremely rare, they may assume not to be that many assume to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for species called cryptotids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research. She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own. Maybe you could convince her to tell you more about some cool cryptotite. Yes. There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask. Hey, Lena. I'd like to hear about some of the cryptotites you studied. Can you just tell me about a couple of them? Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use that company too. The lieutenant throws you one of his luck. One cryptotite, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptotite extravaganza. I like the sound of that. And I don't. Just one. Ooh, tough choice here. Okay. Um. Which one? What's the biggest cryptotite? What's the tiniest cryptotite? What's the most dangerous cryptotite? Are there any invisible cryptotite? Let's go with the most dangerous one. The gnome of Jeroma. That's the gnome of Jerome. That sounds terrifying. Oh yes, none of its victims survives. Grieving relatives never found their bodies because the gnome venom dissolved organic tissues. What does this cryptotite look like? It was reportedly a small creature with webbed fingers and a protruding forehead, and ungangling fellow thing, quite scary to look at. A couple of campers found it when it was already dying. They heard an old wailing in the woods and followed the sound. They were scared and wrapped it in a tarpaulin to suffocate it. She looks at you, her voice graves suddenly. It still took the gentleman of Gramon an entire day to die. If the body of the creature was found, the lieutenant can't help himself. Why aren't there any detailed illustration, oh look at that, of it in science textbooks, confirming the existence of this very lethal species? Alas, the first scientist who got his hand on the creature's corpse put it in a jar of formaldehyde, thinking that will detoxify the gnome venom. Formaldehyde. Instead, all the venom leaked out of the creature's teeth and into the surrounding liquid, dissolving the creature itself. A poetic and perhaps but a real loss for science, she says, mostly to herself. Alas, always alas, and then it was gone. It's overly convenient. Seems very convenient that it would just disappear. I would be skeptical a little bit. I'll be skeptical. He knows, I appreciate the skepticism, but that's what happened when these things that are rare and stand out. Their disappearance is most memorable, and they are least likely to be found again. It's the biggest. Hey, you promised you only asked about one cryptotite. Right, okay, we can move on for now. It can be dishonorable to regain on his promise. I'm glad you see it that way. Do you have anything else more to do here? Okay, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it for now. Let's talk to you about the phone. What's happening?
Can I help you?
About my bill for tonight. Uh, Here it is. Oh, I saw the sign that said I couldn't go into the kitchen. Why can't I go into the kitchen? What, are you a cook now? That's none of your business. Um, but there may be something permanent to the investigation in the kitchen. He wasn't pan friend, he was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with? He changes his mind. Fine, okay, the kitchen is closed until 13. Because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that if you must. Okay, so the phone line is dead? Yes, and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it. He checks his head and adds losers. Pretty strange. It's not strange, it's just inconvenient. Is it true that there was foul play? Who told you that? I would never disclose my sources, that would be dishonorable. Fine, yeah. It looks like someone had messed with the riot ring. It was shortly after the hanging, but I don't know if it's all related. Plenty of assholes around here who aren't murderers. You do find out who cut the line, though. Let me know so I can forward them the repair bill. Okay. Goodbye. Bad. Something I want to look here. The tomatoes is the only slide you can see through. Ah, it's you, the gardener. What's up?
Let me handle this.
The woman says to the crowd in the mess hall before turning to you.
Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten.
Martinez.
I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
So threatening. Yeah, her character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice. You lied to me. You lied to me. You're not a gardener. I just wanted to know more about the place before I check it out. That's not normal. That's normal.
Yes, extremely normal. I'm not a gardener, by the way. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
Oh. Shit.
So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy. You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does.
She points to the man on her right. This guy right there in the middle?
That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming, nothing official. The district of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
It's true. I mean, you could just you could literally just say that to like any time in any part and any time you really want. Doesn't mean that they really care for you. You're gonna get arrested or not. She says nothing. Her glare speaks for herself. What are you gonna do to me? What if I want to talk to you, not Titus? What's your role in all this? Okay, yep. What if I want to talk to you, not Titus? What do you want is of no significant officer. Don't take your authority. American, you are no one. Okay. Should talk to Titus then. Let's go see what that had to say. It's a bowl. There's a spit in it reeking of tobacco. Oh, okay. Bit bowl. Talk to you, Titus.
This is where you say your bits.
A broad-shouldered man points at you with a beer can. Interrogate the vigilantes. He and his man carried through themselves like giants. You don't need to prove your mental to be taken seriously.
Detective?
The lieutenant acknowledges you with a sharp no. He's leaving it to you. Alright. We need to talk about the hangman out back.
Oh, this is about him? A real looker, that one.
Learn to him.
Sure taking your time. Waiting for him to get all ripe and pretty for you, huh?
We just can't get him down. It's pretty hard to do.
Oh, he's a real pretty boy by now. Real hot stuff. Letting out that pretty boy smell.
Shut up, Glenn. Your name is Glenn.
Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Easy, boys. These janitors have a hell of a job cut out for them. I mean, I wouldn't go in there for $1 million.
Well, then I have $1 million then.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Scan the room. No. He points at himself. Eyes here. You got business with my boys. You got business with me. You understood what you were doing. Take an inventory of them. Yeah, you fuck with the Hardy boys. You fuck with the Titus Hardy. Shouts to the scrawny rat-faced man. 2 teeth missing in the front. Relax, Dennis. No one's fucking you yet, says the 40-something man from the corner, with a pectorum hanging from his neck. Pectorum? I think that's how you pronounce that. Yeah, Dennis, calm down. Blonde man in his 30s. Where is this blonde man? Oh, this guy. Oh, his ears are like getting through. No one's fucking you, you stupid fuck. Let Dennis enjoy his fucking man. If you don't mind, you know the gang tattoos? The man's must be either Mesquite or Cemeteries. Oh, that helps out actually, Ellen. Thank you. Yeah, the fat guy in the middle let out a little chuckle. They're not even being fucked, Dennis. Easy, fellas. We got company. Titus put an end to it. Let's see what brings the cops around. Too late. You already scanned the room. You got a pretty good picture. Yeah, that's true. Thank you. Got it. Good. You could take another look at the tracks in the yard. At the crime scene. See if they fit this bunch. Let's be direct. Do you do it? Pretty boy? Man, you guys really love talking about that pretty boy. Funny, Lieutenant says without a smile, but my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you. Why is there a container belt around the dead man's neck? Container belt? Like we use in the harbor? Yes. Why? Because we took it, he says, from the harbor where we work. Then we went out back and we used it to hang him. He just confessed. He just confessed, didn't he? From the harbor where I wasn't expecting that. Then we went out back and used it. He did. What? I was not expecting this. We did this. He looks you dead in the eye, together, all of us. So he was dead. That's why there's a container belt around his neck. Ah, so you just confessed. Goddamn right, no. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any of your time. Why? I should say how. I know how. You murder him just like that. No remorse? He caused... No, I guess not, since he's just saying that right. 7. There are actually 7? There are 7. They tell you what happened so that you don't have to waste any of your time. Okay. Why did you kill him? Why? He hisses through his teeth. Because he was a worthless mercenary scum. And stepped out of line in my town. Ah. He was a mercenary, that's it. And he stepped out of line, he repeats. Jaw clamped shut like a vice. What kind of mercenary? The kind that shows up when you start a strike. Experienced kind, too. Had Coho and Semini written all over him. Ex Orange's Special Forces. Live grenade, the man spreads his arms. Right here in our bar. This one had a special gripe with him coming here. Eugene? Which one's Eugene? This one? I can't prove it. But I know he was sent by the Wild Prides. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Tamaran. So, how do you even know he was in Special Forces? Because one night... Oh no, you're in Eugene. Because one night he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm ordering here on goddamn Special Forces and I'm gonna fuck you all. Really? Yeah. Had a gin and tonic up there. Sang some Orange Heat Pepper Trooper song. And he said he's gonna fuck everyone. Gonna believe it either. But he fucking did. Right here. He points at the stage like some kind of animal. Okay. Is a serious violation of the karaoke code. Right, but did he actually do wrong? Yeah, besides crimes against karaoke, what did he actually do wrong? Wrong. He said he harassed Rumen, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill someone as a warning. He wiped spittle from his mouth. Okay, I don't know that for sure though. There's a slight unease in him suddenly. He regrets mentioning the rape. To kill us all. If you don't open the gates, if you don't let the scabs in, if you don't bend over, he cracks his knuckle, and that was before he started coming here. Yeah, and he said it was his favorite joint now. Donna coming here every night, drinking, grabbing girls, grabbing one of our mid karaoke's right there on the stage. Grab someone. The lieutenant is trying to make sense of this flood of information. Yeah, this girl on the mic, a beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse, I love her legs. The fucker grabbed her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt. That's what you show me. Why don't you show me your cunt? Then he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down. He shakes his head in disbelief. Was this the same girl? Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen. Well, doesn't mean like he could have done it later. Like, yeah, you could just not saying that. I'm not saying that happened like right at the spot. Like, I'm just saying like it could have happened eventually. Like, yeah, I'm not asking if they got him out, like you would rape him there. Like, just saying, like maybe eventually later on. He did do it. Right, but who did he rape them? This is a serious allegation. No, there's a moment of silence. You're not getting a name. It's a Mauritanian manner, and I'm not discussing it with you clowns. Nothing you can do. He's stonewalling you. Okay. Oh, I can figure out when. You don't have to answer any of this question. The fixer turns to remind Titus. I know, listen. He takes a sip. We killed him last Sunday night. Seems like a good way to end the week. How long have you known him? Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole. Yeah, who do you think we are? Quiet. Titus gives Stern a stern look. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy? Oh. Okay. By the Pine cow, you mean Joyce Messier, the representative for Wild Pines. The lieutenant pretends to check his notes. The same company you striking against. No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid ass cow that sent in to fuck us over. But you know what? He rubs his chin, pretending to mull it over. Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has some interesting things to say when you asked her hard enough. That's enough insinuation from you, Titus. She turns to you. Officers, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last question. Okay. I don't want to step out of line. Alright, yeah, let's end it. He clearly doesn't have any remorse for it. He just wanted to get it done. Get him out of the way. So, what are we going to do now? Nothing. Her reply comes short. Your investigation here is done. Leave Mauritanians. Go back to your station where you belong. And then we're going to stick around. Thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. Lieutenant draws his book. I've done this job long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder, even if it's a group responsibility. We're going to look into this. Good luck with that. He grabs another beer. You haven't heard enough. You heard everything a random cop is going to hear from us. A real law officer. Official. You're lucky you don't get a beating. Week when you first met. Okay. Authority is pretty shit. Forget about their games. You mapped out the characters. Reading the footprints in the yard should be easier now. Should be gone. Peace. Tuesday. A bunch of Tuesday stuff now. All of this is later. All of that is later. I'll go over here. Look at the foes and Mannerhunt, toting guns, and Union plates cards. This is what I study for law. You see hawthorn bushes outside. Yeah, I just wanted to get things. The little XP bonus that I get from the little from the bubbles now. Okay, what do you want to do, Kim? Actually, we could go. Yeah, return to Measurehead. This is how things is done. I could go back to him, get the body down. Yeah. Alright. I think I could set up my authority. I think that's what's one of it. Prove your authority. Establish authority in the Hardy Boy's eyes. You have to gain authority in Titus' eyes for the investigation to advance. Soften them up a bit. Maybe investigate the crime scene or the body. Look for a witness. Get help from the Union boss or the company red. Tie them to any other crime. Yeah, so basically just gotta continue on with the mission. Yo, mañana, you got something else to say about today?
Hola, wandering man.
Nope. Thanks for your help, mañana. Yo, Measurehead, what's up? What's up, buddy? Thanks for your theory, talk and everything.
The unpromising race pupil returns.
I think I know what the race enigma is. Oh. And it's shit, let me get into the fucking harbor. Paradoxically, you plan to supersede the Urcenta with their own race theory. This is racecraft. It's what rich people want us to do while they have all the they get all the money. It's just something you shock people with, liberal and progressive people. It's whatever you want it to be. It's a free associated language exercise to generate a race hero. I don't know about the rest, but it's clear I should have stopped drinking the ancient eliminated mind poison Al Ghul. This dump is ready to be subsided by the appropriated super state. I can serve as a clerk in your administration. Maybe you need a cop. Race enigma. I don't know, really. It's whatever you want it to be. It's a free associated language exercised to generate a race hero. I don't know about the rest, but it's clear I should stop drinking the ancient eliminating mind poison Al Ghul. I think that's one's a good one. But I feel like I should answer one of these. Figure out which one it's going to be. It's just something you shock people with, liberal, progressive people. I don't know what about the rest. I don't know. Hold on, let me read this one again. The mind-bleeding furniture appears more distant, to be fair, a little ridiculous. The great race mystery has cleared up. All that's left to do is to verbalize your thought. Go and talk to Measurehead about your newly found insights. Okay, I think any one of these will work out. The free associated language exercise. Oh, the last one. Everyone can see this. It has little to do with the race enigma. Baby, don't be mean. The woman pleased with Measurehead. Give him another chance. Alright, anything for you, babe. He looks to the space right above your head and gestures you to speak. Okay, so I can try again. The second one? Look, babe, the minion of law is also racist, but his racism is basic and rote. He thinks he has solved the great race enigma by describing a rote mechanic of scientific competition. So unadvanced, the woman looks half bored. Okay. The basic race education he received in high school has led him to think his parallel are the sole author of race theory, an esoteric study reaching back to the ancient mass society of, you're just saying a bunch of dumbass words now, of over 4,500 years ago. He turns to you, basic races. I take pity on you. You clearly want to enter the harbor band, like a little boy who wants to go to the potty. I can press the button for you. It will open the door. I'm not a racist and I don't need your help. You know what? I don't fucking care, dude. Just fucking do it. Very well. You may enter the door once. He punches the emergency button with his fist. Our race conversation here has concluded. Finally, Kim impatiently towards the girl. Let's go.
The unpromising race pupil returns.
Right now with the Hardy Boys. I'm the first line of defense. I'm not the first, I'm the last. In addition, those Hardy Hardy Boys are the ship clixy bodybuilders. The company is spiritual degrading. We are all part of the union. The Hardy Mallets are on the pay of the company. I answer to the union alone, and I do this out of race heroism. Finance is an alien concept to the same needs. Okay. What did he open? Said he opened a door. Is the door down here? Well, actually, let's look at some of these things here. Maybe I could do the visual calculus. Some of these things I need to work on as well. Encyclopedia, rhetoric. Conceptualization is pretty high. I didn't realize how high it was. Authority. Let me look at the map. Let's see what we got here. Visual calculus, empathy, conceptualization, authority. I'm gonna do visual calculus. That one seems fun. So. Versus, I didn't realize there was info. At high levels, makes the world reveal the secrets to you. Yeah. I feel like it fits pretty well. In terms of, whatchamacallit? Perception.
Hola, wandering man.
Okay, he opened the door. What fucking door? What? I'm like super confused.
Right to work! Right to work!
He said he opened the door for me, but now... Is it this door? Oh, it's that door. Okay.